Hello people, another beautiful day. Yeah, it's Friday. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. We're talking video games here. We are in the functionality and utilization of video games. That's the era we're in. The era we're in right now. The time of video games right now. We're not in the sales era, so to speak. We are in the functionality and utilization of video games, right? And the Wii U right now rules that department. Rules that department with an iron scepter. Okay, the Wii U is like God when it comes to those two departments: functionality and utilization. That's the era of gaming we're in. When the Wii U came out, it started right then and there. Functionality, utilization of video games. The Nintendo Switch fan base right now are so far behind. They're in quicksand and they're stuck. But the Wii U was trying to pull them away from that type of gaming. We are in the functionality and utilization of video games, right? Here we go. All right. This is the Wii U, right? This is the 3DS. Wii U 3DS, right? So, one is a CD system, one is cartridge. One is limited, the other is unlimited, right? And the Wii U beats the Switch, by the way, still does, right? So, okay. So, cartridge, CDs, right? Okay. So, when most people saw the Wii U and the 3DS in the retail store, they just saw the Wii U and the 3DS, and they didn't know what was going on. So, one is cartridge, one is CD, right? One is a handheld, and the other is a two-in-one console. The Wii U is a two-in-one console. Cartridge is a console, handheld. Console, handheld. This is a handheld. This is cartridge. But this is a two-in-one console. Console, handheld. So when you went to the retail store, you saw these two sitting on the shelf. You didn't know what was going on, right? You didn't realize that this was a handheld, and then this was a console and a handheld put together. Because remember, you don't have to dock anything, right? So this is cartridge, and you're limited, and it's a handheld. But this system right now is unlimited, and you're using CDs, and you don't have to dock anything. So that means with the Wii U, Nintendo didn't want to give the 3DS up. The 3DS's cartridges. So this 3DS was holding up the Wii U. So you, the consumer now, you run into the store. You just see the 3DS and the Wii U. But what you didn't realize that the Wii U was actually better than the 3DS. And when it comes to functionality and utilization, the Wii U rules that department. Okay? So Nintendo didn't want to give this up. This is a 3DS and this is cartridge. Because you're like this, right? You're just like this. Open and close book. Open it, close it. That's it. You're done. You play a game on it. Open it, close it. You're done. You're stuck. But with the Wii U, you're not limited. You're unlimited. So this is your console, and this is your handheld. So that means, based on how the Wii U is built, since you don't have to dock anything, you don't have to dock anything. This is the docking station, by the way. This is the holder, right? So this means now you can build a console as powerful as you want and build a tablet as powerful as you want. So 8 gigs of RAM here, 8 gigs of RAM here, 10 gigs of RAM here, 10 gigs of RAM here, 12 gigs of RAM here, 12 gigs of RAM here. 14 gigs of RAM here, 14 gigs of RAM here, 16 gigs of RAM here, 16 gigs of RAM here. Not only that, what that also means, you can put a quad core PC in here and put a quad core PC here. Do you get it now? Not only that, it comes with a controller. It comes with a controller too. So when it comes to functionality and utilization, the Wii U rules that department. Look, I used to play a game on PlayStation 1 called Vagrant Story. Vagrant Story is almost like Zelda. And when you get into boss battles, you would bring up the menu on your TV, right? And pick where you want to attack the boss, right? This is where the Wii U comes in. You're playing Vagrant Story on the console, right? You use the tablet to bring the boss up, and you pick on the tablet where you want to attack where you want to attack the boss, and then use your controller to do it. Functionality, utilization. The Wii U rules that department. Remember, the PlayStation 1 never had a tablet, right? So you had to do it on your TV. But where the Wii U comes in now, it has that tablet. And this is your Game Boy, right? So you bring up the boss on here, pick where you want to do, pick what you want to do, and then use your controller to do it. Functionality, utilization. When it comes to functionality of video games and utilization of video games, the Wii U rules that department. The Nintendo Switch fans are so far behind right now. They are so far behind when it comes to video games. See, we were in the sales era when we were in the Super Nintendo era, the NES era, the 64 era, the GameCube era, the Wii era. We were in the sales era, right? But once the Wii U came out now it's about functionality of video games and utilization. That's when it started. When the Wii U came out, it was about the functionality and utilization of video games. And you can throw VR into the picture too. So the Wii U rules that department. Okay? Functionality, what I mean is this. When I say functionality, what I mean is this. This is your Game Boy, by the way, right? So you can do on the go, you can play games on it, right? You can do Netflix, Hulu, Amazon TV, YouTube, Disney Plus. You can do all your social medias on the go. You can do Skype, you can do Zoom, you can do FaceTime on the go. And you can be on the internet, right? And you can check the Miiverse on the go, right? That's functionality, right? Now, right? This is just the Game Boy part, right? Remember, the Wii U can play without. The Wii U can play without this. You can still play Wii U games without this. Some games require a tablet, right? So now, when you come home now, this tablet, it stays active because now you're on the console. So you can still so when you're playing video games now, it becomes your map, your menu, your radar for your games. Yes, you can do it on your TV. You can do it on your TV, but you can also do it on this. You get it now. And while you're playing your games now on the Wii U console, this screen is supposed to rotate. So let's say you were playing, say Madden. This tablet becomes your playbook. Yes, you can do it on the screen, but this tablet / Game Boy / Switch, there's a lot of you can do it on here. So you're playing Madden, right? So you bring up the playbook on here, pick your plays, and do whatever, right? And then you flip the screen over and get back to, let's say you were probably doing Facebook, or you probably was on the Miiverse, or you probably was on Hulu, or you probably was on YouTube, or you probably was on Netflix, or you probably was on Amazon TV or Disney Plus, and then get back to your gaming, right? That's functionality. That's the functionality of the Wii U. The Wii U beats the Switch, beat the living daylight out the Switch. The Switch cannot compete with the Wii U, right? The utilization part now is when you're playing your games now. The utilization is when you're playing your games, and you bring up the map, the menu, the radar, customization. Customize your screen, customize your game, customize. Pick your plays, pick what you was gonna do in the game, and then rotate the screen and get back to gaming. The Wii U rules that department: utilization and functionality. Okay, the Wii U cannot be beaten. So when Nintendo came up and said they were going to do gaming on the go, we're going in a different direction, right? And the Switch is portable. Well, the Wii U does all that. The Wii U does all that. This system needs some power behind it. When they wasted their time and build those N64, tried to build a virtual console for the Switch, that was a waste of time. Building the N64 expansion, that was a waste of time. Why? Because the virtual console for the Wii U is like Steam. The virtual console for the Wii U is like Game Pass. The virtual console for the Wii U is like the Epic Store. The virtual console for the Wii U is like PlayStation Now, right? The virtual console for the Wii U is like your public library. So what Nintendo was supposed to be doing, they supposed to add some more power to the system, power to this and power to this. Put some RAM here, put some RAM here, right? And put some storage space on the CD and keep on using the console. But also they were supposed to be taking all their games, meaning all the Nintendo line of games, from the Game Boy side of things, from the NES, SNES, 64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U, and bring it to the virtual console, right? Then you're supposed to take games from the Commodore 64, Atari Jaguar, Neo Geo, Panasonic 3DO, ColecoVision, PC Engine, TurboGrafx CD, Neo Geo CD, Sega console games, whether it's the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega 32X, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, and arcade games, and bring it to the Wii U's virtual console. When it comes to utilization, of video games and functionality, this system can never ever be beaten. Okay? Functionality and utilization started with the Wii U. Okay? Not only that, you had a motion controller to go with the Wii U. It's complete. The Wii U is complete. The Wii U is complete. Okay? You had external hard drive support. External hard drive support. Okay? Then you got your headset for online play. Headset. The Wii U is complete. It can never be beaten. It can never be beaten. Ever. Okay? And that 25 gig CD needed some more space on it. When it comes to functionality and utilization of video games, the Wii U rules that department with an iron scepter. It cannot be beaten. So all that stuff that Nintendo did with the Switch was a complete waste of time. Building the Switch, building the N64 expansion, building the Switch network, all that is a waste. The Wii U had all that covered. The system needs some power behind it. You put power here and power there. Okay? That means you could have put a hard drive in the Wii U tablet. Okay, to save your games. You could put a hard drive in the Wii U tablet. Widen and lengthen the screen and put a hard drive, right? and put some power, put a charge port to where you can charge your tablet on the go. The Wii U had everything locked down. There was no need to build the Switch. Building the Switch was a waste of time. The Nintendo Switch was built on a lie. And Nintendo Switch fans were fooled. They were fooled. Here's how they were fooled. Because when they walked into the store, here's how they were fooled. When they walked into the store, they saw the Wii U and the 3DS. All they know it was the Wii U and the 3DS. They did not know what was going on. This is a handheld, and it's using cartridges, and you're limited. They didn't know that. And this is a CD system. But if you look at both of them, you see the Nintendo 64 versus PlayStation 1. But if you look at the Wii U again, it's a two-in-one. It's a console and a handheld. Do you get it now? The consumer was fooled. They did not know what was going on here. When they saw the 3DS. The 3DS was holding up the Wii U. Do you get it now? Do you understand this? The 3DS, a cartridge system, was holding up the Wii U, a CD system. And when it comes to functionality and utilization, the Wii U has that covered. The Switch doesn't. Okay? It utilizes every single game you play. If we're talking Batman games, remember this is a Game Boy / Switch. So if you're on the console playing, yes, you can pull the map of Arkham on your TV, but you can also do it on the tablet. Okay? Okay? Nintendo Corporation lied to the world about the Switch, talking about they were trying to be different and going in a different direction. They were going to do gaming on the go. The Wii U had all that locked. The only thing that was standing in the Wii U's way, was the 3DS. Okay, the 3DS is obsolete. Okay, it's limited, and you're using cartridge. With the Wii U, you're unlimited. Do you get it now? And you don't need a docking station. The docking station for the Switch is a complete joke. Okay? So when I made that video a couple days ago, when I heard that the Wii U eShop was closing, I said prove it. And I meant it. When I said prove it, I just explained it to you. This is what I was talking about. The Wii U cannot be shut down. When it comes to functionality and utilization of video games, the Wii U rules that department with an iron scepter and can't be touched. Do you get it now? We're talking functionality of video games here. We're talking functionality of video games and utilization of video games. The Wii U rules that department. That's why I kept telling you guys, the Switch should have never been built. You need some power behind this system to keep it going. Okay? You need some power behind the Wii U to keep it going. The Switch should have never ever been built. The Nintendo Switch fans are so far behind right now. So far behind. I feel sorry for them. How bad it is for them. How far behind they are. When it comes to video games. They are in last place when it comes to video games. When they had the Wii U, they were ahead. The only thing that was holding up the Wii U was the 3DS's cartridge. It's like an open and closed book. That's it. The 3DS. No, the 3DS was getting beat by the Wii U. Okay? Nintendo refused to give the 3DS up. But you, the consumer, you didn't know this. So you walk into the store, you saw the 3DS and the Wii U. And you're like, oh, a console and a handheld. But what you really didn't know, the Wii U is the real console and handheld. And when it comes to functionality and utilization, the Wii U can never be defeated, ever. It had everything in place. This is why I kept telling you guys, the only thing the Wii U was missing is the GameCube. Okay? Functionality and utilization now. The Wii U cannot be beaten. So Nintendo talking about they're closing the eShop down for the Wii U. It's a publicity stunt. It is a complete publicity stunt. You can't close it down because there's still games the Wii U can run from the arcade, from the arcades in the NES era, Super NES, Nintendo 64 era, GameCube era, Wii era. There's plenty of arcade games the Wii U can run. There's plenty of console games the Wii U can run. When it comes to all the consoles I think you can think of, the Virtual Console was made for that. Okay, so when it comes to functionality and utilization, Wii U rules. It can never be defeated. Okay, and that's truth, and that is facts. Okay, and the Wii U eShop can never be closed down. So right now, the Nintendo Switch fans, they are limited in what they can do. The Switch cannot compete with the Wii U ever. Okay, the Switch can never compete. Or you can talk sales numbers all you want, but like Phil Spencer said over at Microsoft, sales ain't the end all be all to video games. When it comes to functionality and utilization of video games, the Wii U rules. Okay, the Switch can never beat the Wii U ever. Even if they try to add a tablet to the Switch, you're gonna be sitting here like, what? If that's the case, then that's what the Wii U was for. When we were sitting there trying to get our games, you were holding on the console, telling us, you and your YouTubers that defend the Switch, telling us it was sales, marketing, commercial failure. You know what I'm saying? We wanted our game. You kept telling us it was, and it was never true. You kept telling us sales, marketing, commercial failure, and it was never true. The Wii U had everything locked down. The 3DS was holding up the Wii U. That's what most gamers didn't see. If you were a consumer, you run to the store, you just saw the 3DS and the Wii U. One is cartridge, one is CDs, right? One is a handheld, but the other is a two-in-one. It's a handheld and a console. You didn't even know that. The Wii U is the real deal, okay? The Switch cannot compete with the Wii U ever, man. You can never compete with it because the Wii U beat the brakes off of it, runs circles around it like this. It's like a tornado, F10, running circles. Okay? The Wii U is that lethal, man. They should have kept using it. Okay? The sales, marketing, commercial failure argument was a lie to mislead you, the public, into buying the Switch. Remember, this is the Wii U, right? You go into the retail store. Let's say you go to GameStop. You go to GameStop or Toys R Us or Walmart, right? You walk into those stores. You saw the 3DS and you see the Wii U. One is cartridge, the other one is CD, right? One is a handheld, but the other is a console and handheld in one. Okay? You got fooled. This was cartridges limited. This was CDs. Okay? One's a handheld, one's a console and a handheld in one. Right? And when it comes to functionality and utilization, it started with the Wii U. Okay? When it comes to functionality and utilization of video games, it started with the Wii U. That's the era of gaming we were in. Okay? So what Nintendo should have done was get rid of this and focus on this. But they didn't. Okay? They were stubborn. Okay? And they fooled you, the public, with it. That's what they did. Okay? So yeah, when it comes to functionality and utilization of video games, the Wii U can never be defeated. Why? Because it has tablet gaming covered, which is handheld. motion gaming covered. Okay, you got 4 solid controllers to use. When it comes to functionality and utilization of video games, the Wii U can never be defeated. Okay, the system needs some more power behind it to keep using it. It has nothing to do with sales. The 3DS was holding up the Wii U. You just didn't see it. Because when you walked into the retail store, you just saw the 3DS and the Wii U. But your mind wasn't there to realize, like, wait a minute. The Wii U is a handheld and console in one. So why am I buying the 3DS for? That's a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? And you were limited with the 3DS. Yeah. That's what was going on here. Functionality and utilization. The Wii U rules. It cannot be beaten. And that's what today's video game climate is about. Functionality and utilization. Okay? The Wii U rules. Period. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Or Dark Side. Come on. Peace.